So hello everyone, welcome to YourPedia Education. So you can see behind me, it is basically list of candidates qualified for interview in the screening test held on this for Bhabha Atomic Research Center, and this is basically for the position of technical officer. So now the next stage is you need to prepare for the interview, and that is the point where you need to put your efforts in the right direction. So as we keep on guiding you people or mentoring you student, that whenever you get an interview call from BARC or any of the scientific organization, then you need to prepare in well depth for the particular topic. The very first thing is, if you are coming from electronics and communication, choose your subject wisely if you are a fresher candidate having no work experience. So you can choose your subject combination like digital electronics, microprocessor, analog electronics, electronics devices and circuit, and signal system. Either this is a one particular domain. And second domain, if you are good in the communication side, then go for the communication, which include analog, digital, noise and information theory and coding, random variable, random process, everything, plus electromagnetic field theory and Maxwell equations, very important, and signal and system. So this is the second category of the subject. If you believe you are good in mathematics and you hold a very strong command over the control system and you hold a very good command over basically applied mathematics, then you can choose these subject also. They play very important role there. So this is for the fresher student, and I suggest you to prepare at least 4 to 5 subject in well depth. What is the meaning of well depth? Let us suppose if you are choosing analog electronics, then you must understand operational amplifier in very well detail, and do one thing, download the data sheet of op-amp IC, and same you can do for the BJT, same you can do for other analog devices, and prepare what are the different parameters which you need to take into consideration while operating them practically and while utilizing them in the practical real world scenario. So now if you belong to second category, if you have some work experience, let us suppose you are coming by having 1-2 year experience in some hardware industry, some automation industry, or in software industry, then you need to prepare very well about your work profile. Keep in mind, I am talking only if you have some good experience in some relevant industry of the BARC aligning interest, right? I'm not saying some XYZ consulting experience or some random experience which you have joined or which you are serving just for the sake of money. That is good, you are doing as a fresher for the exposure, but if it's not that much related with the objective of the BARC, then you cannot expect a lot of question from there. Obviously, then you need to focus more on your project and more on your BTech subject, whatever you have studied. But if you're coming from some hardware industry, some software industry, some automation industry, where your BTech subjects or BTech curriculum were utilized effectively and you got some exposure to do some hands-on experience with those industries, then definitely you need to prepare your work profile in well detail. If you were into designing, what kind of designing you were into, and which technology you were using, which tools you were using, and which software you were using, and do you have some good real hands-on experience over that or not. These kind of questions you may face in the interview. So wise advice is, if you are getting call for technical officer, don't think that okay, you will prepare all the subject from superficial point of view, from top point of view, or you will get some overview and that is going to help you. No, that is not going to help you. Do one thing, first of all, restrict yourself to 4 to 5 particular subject or topic, and you can divide in 2 category or 3 category as I told you in the beginning, and start putting emphasis on those subject in very detail. If I talk about analog electronics, then operational amplifier is very important. If I talk about EDC, CMOS is very important. And if I talk about the circuit analysis, then RC circuit analysis, charging and discharging of capacitor is very important, and they may play a lot of question in periphery of the waveform generation. They may ask you to generate some waveform of this particular frequency, of this wave shape. So these kind of questions they can ask by using the different analog devices. Then you must have that knowledge how to basically achieve the particular objective, or how to design some circuits which can solve some meaningful result, like in form of the generation of any waveform. They can ask you to design the differentiator, integrator, and they can ask you, okay, if you have one differentiator, if you put, you know, in cascadation one amplifier, what will affect? And they may ask the question related to loading effect. Loading effect is very important concept when it comes to the cascadation. So guys, in this direction you need to prepare really well if you are shortlisted for this entire category of the technical officer. So I wish you all the best for your interview. So please prepare well. And last not the least, your BTech project, very important. Don't miss, you know, you need to go and see what was your contribution, what was your methodology, and which tools and technology you used. Okay, you must be very clear about that. If you had used some you know, ICs, you have used some analog device, you use some basically electrical device, then you must be very clear about its power rating, its current rating. These kind of question at the basic level they can ask to judge whether the project is being done by you actually, or you have purchased it from somewhere else. So in this direction you need to prepare well, and I am sure you will crack this interview in smart way. And if you want to prepare your interview in very less time with the right relevant direction and relevant content and mentorship, then join your hands with YourPedia Education. Thank you.